Good morning. Tuesday? Yeah. Tuesday, September 7th, 2021. It's part 2 of... That's Joe's phone. Okay. So, yeah. Day 2 of our prepping to be going away. We're flying out tomorrow. And although I've talked about going to the States, if any of you have any choices, any guesses as to where we're going, please write them down below. Please comment down below in the comment section, because I think that's what you do on YouTube. That's what people who create videos on YouTube do, is you invite people to participate. I'm trying my best here. Anyway, we are actually doing a number of other things. So in the next couple of hours, the hope is that I'm going to put in for a prescription for some digestive stuff that's sort of like a Pepcid or a Tums or whatever, but it's not over the counter. It's prescription grade. Because a couple nights ago I woke up with some severe acid reflux that really scared the crap out of me, and my throat still doesn't feel 1000% because of that. So and I thought that maybe I can forego the medication until I got back. It doesn't look like I can, so I'm gonna go and see whether or not it's possible for me to get that fulfilled today. So that's where we're heading first, to the hospital for me to put the prescription in, and then we're gonna go and get these COVID tests done. Supposed to have results within 15 minutes. Then once that's done, we're gonna exchange some currency and maybe show you a little secret of where you can get currency exchange in Toronto for a very good price. Exciting stuff, huh? And if anything else happens along the way, I'm sure I'll come on and document. I had one of my giant muffins this morning for breakfast. I meant cake, blueberry cake. That'll probably hold me over for a bit. Yep. Was there anything else I wanted to mention? Oh, I've actually talked about this before in a previous video, but I need to go into Princess Margaret Cancer Center in order for me to get my prescription filled, and they do have pre-screening. You can just go in and do a pre-screening thing where there is a person there that asks you all these questions about exposure and symptoms and all that kind of stuff. I have an app on my phone which allows me to forego that part of things and usually a bunch of lineups. So I'm gonna just do that now, and then if I can, I'll show you a little bit of what it looks like in the hospital currently. Okay, I'll see you soon. Giant lineup for the store, and it's hard to see, I know, because it's on the other side of Joe and stuff here, but there's cars in the way and stuff. But there's always these giant lineups for Brandy Melville. But what the heck is Brandy Melville? The Tuesday after the weekend is busy today. I have to for another years probably. Or good. Okay, so medication's dropped off. Have to get back in an hour to pick it up. In the meantime, I think we're gonna head and get our COVID tests. By the time we come back, the prescription should be ready. Smooth sailing so far. Boy, is it really busy in there today. Holy moly. Alright, so round 2. Like a garbage truck back there making a lot of sound. Round 2 of COVID testing, for which today I believe we have an appointment. So here we go. Wish us luck. Strippers, drink mats, COVID testing. We're a little early, we'll see how it goes.
Machine, $80.
She didn't give you a hard time or anything.
No.
It's a bit of comedy of errors. How are you feeling about it? You haven't taken a COVID test yet, right? No, this is your first one. So he's gonna swab your nose, and it's gonna be like 15 minutes, and he's gonna give us a hard copy of the results. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Have you done the test before?
No.
It was a very simple test. You swab both nostrils, but it's a shallow swab. We only go a centimeter in.
Okay.
Then after we do that, we mix it with the reagent, and then in 15 minutes we have the results for it.
You're very busy.
You know what? It's, I think because of the long weekend.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Last week was busy because people were going to the long weekend. They want to visit family.
they're going to-
Not everybody was doing it for travel. A lot of people were just
Oh, just doing it
family and
for.
whoever. And then this week, I think because of the long weekend, people were just coming back. So I don't know. We've had one person that said earlier today he just came back from something, so he wanted to make sure he was okay.
Oh, I see. It was more for personal.
Exactly, and that's,
Yeah.
I guess that's the responsible thing to do. Make
Yeah,
everything's
sure.
okay. If you don't do that, then you come back and you see a couple more people, and next thing you know.
Yeah, no kidding. We're going to the States, so you're going to need a PCR on the way back.
Yeah, that's more expensive, I think.
Yeah.
Unless some people tell you can go to the drugstore and get it for free, but the
Yeah.
timing is a bit all.
It is
different,
a
right?
little bit. I have your bag.
Oh.
Okay, you can lower your mask. Okay, that's it.
That's
Come
it.
back at 15.
Okay, so we finally got that done, but without there was
torture.
I mean, I like to over exaggerate things.
Don't go there, it's torture.
I don't think it's torture. It was, to me, it was kind of funny. But so yesterday, of course, they didn't have us because they had thrown out my information. And today we show up, and there's a woman behind the counter who, a different woman than yesterday, but she's a bit frazzled. Not like she's kind of a little, not very grounded, I guess I would say. And showed us our paperwork just to make sure that they had all their information right. And of course, Joe's birth date was incorrect, so that had to be corrected. And then they were going to charge us, or they charged us. So for 2 tests, $40 each, $80. So Joe puts down his debit card, and it seems to go through.
It says approved.
Said approved. It went through, but because there was no receipt, they're like, nope, didn't go through. And we're like, that seems odd. It seemed to have gone through. So they go, nope, it didn't go through. Didn't go through. No receipt. So they do it again. It's charged, and then went through. Well, there's a receipt this time, but Joe checks his account online, and of course, there's a double charge, and the whole rigmarole that had to happen as a result of that. I got my test done while Joe was sorting that out, and in the meantime, the ungrounded woman behind the counter is going, well, there was no receipt. And then the pharmacist was nice. I got a couple of shots, as you would have seen.
She did apologize for the mix-up, but I mean, it's just, you know.
She apologized.
Yeah, she apologized.
She didn't mean it.
She didn't mean it. It's.
But the funny thing is, like, she just kept repeating the same thing over and over again. There was no receipt. There was no receipt. It's like, we got it. There was no receipt. So, but we're both negative.
Yeah.
That's good to go. And now we have a story, because that's what happens to us. Nothing ever happens to us without some kind of a story.
We had to wait 15 minutes as well to get the results of the test. So I have a few things I have to mail.
And there's a post office.
There's a post office. It's like, okay, great. There's a massive lineup, and in 15 minutes, I think it moved to one person. So it's like the slowest post office. There's like one girl working, but yeah, she's not Johnny on the spot, let's say. She's pretty slow. So we just gave up.
Yeah,
and said,
I was my thinking is this: that if we have to wait 15 minutes, we might as well see whether or not, like, we can wait 15 minutes in the postal lineup and see if we can get the stuff done. Now, it's a Tuesday following a long weekend. There's a lot of things that are going on. It could be that they're short staffed. It could be that people are just trying to get a bunch of stuff done. It could be that they're back at work and they're doing like work mail and all this kind of stuff. We don't know what's going on. It's just that we just walked into a situation where things were just very weird all around.
Yeah, it was a fuck show. That's what. I'm sorry.
Joe has a way of over-exaggerating. See, I think to myself, it's like, oh, if I can't, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna go there. Like Joe's idea of like things that are a nightmare or a shit show and that kind of stuff.
It was a shit show there. I mean,
to me, this is just funny. To him, it's a nightmare. So it's an interesting.
Makes a good story.
It's an interesting sort of like two perspectives of, you know, different people. Anyway, so I'm back at the hospital to make my number, pick up my prescription. But the pharmacist wants to talk to me, so I have to hang out and see. So it's actually so far really quick. And yeah, that's where I am. Hopefully I'll be done in a minute. So back at home now, and I continue to not be the best YouTuber. Not a professional YouTuber, because there are moments when I'm like, oh, after the moments pass, I'm like, oh, like that probably could have benefited from me just like whipping out my phone and just recording that, and that could have been part of the video. But now I'm at home, so I got my medication from Princess Margaret. I thought that I was gonna have to be out of pocket. Turns out that it was covered, so I'm happy for that. And the reason why I really wanted to get that medication was because there was a couple of nights ago where I had incredibly horrible acid reflux that woke me up, and it is just an awful feeling. I mean, I don't have a lot of experience with acid reflux, but getting woken up with acid reflux is a scary, scary feeling. And then I go into all the stuff in my head around if my esophagus is in a bad place because of acid reflux, then it might make me more vulnerable to cancer cells there, and etc., etc., etc. It's just not a good place for that. Like, it's not a good headspace to be in. So so I got the medication today, which is great. And what else would we do? Oh, we went and did some currency exchange, and I neglected to show you the place where we get our currency exchange. It's a place in Chinatown in Toronto on Spadina, right just south of Dundas, and there aren't too many of them. It's in Dragon City. You know what? I'm sorry, I don't have the address exactly, but I find that they have very good exchange rates there. And so, I mean, certainly better than banks. Certainly better than banks. And so we got some money exchanged there. It was a success. And then Joe had to run a few more errands. The traffic outside is horrible. Joe was not happy about the traffic being horrible. Now I'm at home. I still have a bunch of things to do, including packing, making sure that I have all the paperwork I need in order to get over the border and all of that stuff. We got our rapid antigen test done at the Shoppers, and we were both tested negative. Hooray! And I guess that's really it for today, apart from just getting ready and packing and everything like that. Tomorrow morning we're early. We were going to take the train from Union Station to the airport, but Joe made the point that if I could conserve some energy by just taking a cab or an Uber or something like that, then maybe it's worthwhile to do that. So I think that's what we're gonna do, because this trip is gonna be a lot of making sure that I'm conserving energy and balancing out energy properly. So anyway, that's where we're at. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for your interest. If you think you know where we're going, please comment down below. We'll be finding out in the next couple of days. So thank you again, and I will give you a chef's kiss. And please, love and care out there to all of you out there. And please have love and care for yourself, those around you. You can send me a little bit, I'll gladly accept it. And if you can think shrink for me, especially with everything that's going on for me right now, I would very much appreciate it. Think shrink, little love and care. I will take it. I will take every little bit. Thank you. Talk to you soon.